It's a Midwest thing, y'all. They ain't got a clue. Why my cutlass blue? And I got them things on that motherfucker.
All right. Let's say, hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Midwest Mouthful. Ryan Tierney,
Jeremy Phillips.
got Dave back again. Jump right into the NFL. Russell Wilson to Denver. What do you guys think of that?
I think it makes Denver dangerous.
Yeah, immediate contender.
They
Yeah.
were already a playoff contender with what they had.
Mm-hmm.
Does this make Denver a more attractive option to some free agents now because of Russ?
Well, yeah, and you're probably going to have to get him that way because you ain't got no picks.
Yeah, you don't have no first or second rounders this year or next, so yeah.
So you're going to have to if you're going to add, true value. I mean, you might nail on a third or a fourth tier there.
Does this almost guarantee a Von Miller return to Denver?
Yeah, it looks like that could definitely be possible too.
I
Because
think
you've seen
so,
the
too.
tweet and everything else. It could lead right up to it.
That AFC West is loaded though now.
We'll say Rodgers back to the pack.
Yeah, didn't really know what he was going to do. He's always been that kind of person, a little selfish, always keep things to himself. Kind of a good thing.
Can Rodgers win another one?
Yes and no.
I don't think so.
I think
They got rid of
It was a
Zadarius
desperation
Smith. They're
move
just
by-
always moving around too much. Him and Adams kind of have the franchise on like a stranglehold right now.
This is the exact reason that they couldn't re-sign people to begin with his last deal because he got too much money.
right.
Am I going to blame Aaron for taking a deal like that? Hell no, I'm not. He's getting his money.
Mm-hmm.
But, let's be real with the Zadarius Smith thing. The reason he was released is because Rashawn Gary finally lived up to his first round potential and played better than Smith. So, it was a no-brainer. You got Rashawn Gary still on a rookie deal versus, I think, 15, 16 million to Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they also just cut Valdez-Scantling because they had to give Rodgers that money.
So
They were already in trouble cap-wise.
Valdez-Scantling was already a free agent, I thought. Or was it Lazard that was the free agent?
Lazard might have been.
was.
Lazard,
They just got
okay.
rid of Valdez-Scantling, like 30 minutes ago or so.
True. So it's
And
a new
and now Adams
retool.
is saying he's
you would
not
th-
gonna
you-
play unless he's got an extension. Like that's either it's
Packers have until
extend.
July. So what they do, give Aaron Rodgers 3 years on a new deal?
I thought they gave him 4.
4, I thought. So
Okay, so 4
All I
years.
know is it's like $200 million.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. So now you got to find a way to get Adams there for 2 years at least, or sign him to a 3-year deal. Because I think the last year of Rodgers deal is avoidable, like always. Now, what's this mean for Jordan Love?
you probably sit on them from right now, but you do take calls, I think, if it's the right package back, especially if you can get yourself, a future first or something like that. Because, Rodgers will be done in maybe a few years. How do we know he just doesn't retire in 2 years? So if you maybe trade Love like that, or do you want to wait it out with him? Probably not. You're probably going to frustrate him more if you do anymore in today's league. There is no Aaron Rodgers guys waiting around 3-4 years anymore.
No, there's
I
not.
think they're going to ride it out with Love and then release him next year. They're not going to trade him.
Yeah, but here's the but I don't get that. He was
on him to even get a good deal.
he was first round pick though.
You're not going to get a first rounder out of him though.
No, but if you can get a second or a third from somebody, you better jump on that. I think you could. I think there's enough
still
upside that you
there's
probably
gonna be a
could.
team or two.
He's
I
not
think at that
till.
point he's going to be too old that you could draft a quarterback and risk it there and
Listen,
take a rookie deal.
here's the thing.
Yeah, but are you going to get that can't miss value because you might have had a guy that was sitting behind Rodgers like that you just didn't know all the
you're
way
taking
about.
a risk on Love and giving away a draft pick when you could just use the draft
For
pick
a third?
and take a risk there
For a
rookie.
third? So you'd rather
but you're gonna end up
you'd rather have
paying-
Carson Strong
You're gonna have
than
to
Jordan
pay
Love because I'll take Jordan Love
Just
right
remember
now.
what they did with Matt Flynn.
I'm just saying, would
That
you
was
rather
a lot
have
of money.
Would you rather have Carson Strong in this draft? He's probably a third rounder. Or would you rather have
Do I get the same money?
what's
Or
that?
Is it the same money? Because Carson Strong's going to be on a rookie deal. Jordan Love's coming up on the end of his.
Yeah, you are gonna have to pay
that
Love,
guy. He's gonna
but
have-
you're gonna get one good year probably of that
Hopefully.
rookie. Yeah, well, you get one good year of the rookie deal.
Well, here's the real question. What if somebody like Tampa Bay reaches out to Green Bay and says, "Hey, what's going on with Jordan Love?" Tom Brady said he's coming back for one more year.
It's always 1 year with Tom, so
I know,
we
but
can't believe that.
But Love might have a better chance to start sooner in Tampa Bay than he would in Green Bay right now.
Before I finish off of the thing, did Denver give up too much? in the Wilson? Just not to jump back to it, but I had to ask that one.
Yeah, I think they did.
I mean,
I think they
to
did.
try to be in the window to win right now, maybe no. If you can get Miller back and maybe make another signing or two on the defense and strengthen it up again and give them a good enough defense, I think they got good skill players there.
Yeah, they got the nice young receivers, and
But, you know, they aren't going to have the high-end drafts like we were saying.
No,
You're going to
they're
have to
not.
go get it in free agency. And so far today, in free agency, everything started going crazy, and they haven't done a thing. So,
His cap hit next year is $3.9 million.
who's that?
Jordan Love.
Yeah, that's nothing, though. It's nothing.
yeah,
Might as well make him write it out.
because he's only got
You
2 more years
control of
unless the
him.
team exercises his 5th-year option.
Unless somebody gives you
I
for
don't think
something.
there is a fifth year.
Yeah, he was a first-round pick.
Yeah,
All
there
first-round
always
picks
is.
get a 5th-year option. They just
Yeah,
don't
he
have
was
it
a
up there
first
yet
round.
because you can't do it until after the 3rd year.
Yep. So that's why I said, nah, he's got
He'll be
plenty.
20. He'll be 26 when he can become a free agency.
So I'm saying Green Bay.
Yeah,
should
but
just-
he could have 2 years if they traded him now or next year. Somebody get him at 23 or 24 still, which is high value. High value right now. Jordan Love. How do we know Jordan Love isn't Trey Lance? Everybody talks about Trey Lance and then blah, this and that.
I mean,
Maybe
yeah.
the Packers are just keeping it tight knit and under wraps, and maybe Jordan Love is kind of nice. We'll see preseason. I know it's preseason, but nah, you'll see. You'll see how he looks preseason this year, and you'll know.
He started.
Somebody sees it, then somebody's gonna go after
Yeah,
him.
he
man.
started
If not
against the
this year,
Chiefs,
then at
man.
the end of this year.
Didn't he throw 2 TDs and 3 picks in that game or something?
He moved the ball pretty well. He did. He has a grasp of the Green Bay offense, but he should. It's his 2nd year, and he's pretty much just sat.
Well, if he sits this year, that's what I'm saying. Then he might blow up next year. Maybe they'll have a decision to make, the same way they did before. So I just think maybe they're signing Rodgers for now, and they had to sign the 4-year to do it. But let's be real. Other people will trade for him next year if he still wants to go somewhere, and they'll have to inherit some of that money.
Wouldn't be surprised if people don't want to trade for him this year.
Who? Rodgers?
No, Love.
No, I'm talking about Rodgers. Even with that money that they owe him, how do we
Yeah.
know he isn't going to leave? And then Love isn't the guy over another year.
True.
So you just
This
don't
is
know.
Rodgers' last contract. I think he's done with football after it.
Oh,
I get it, but if he only is 2 years into it and they feel that Love's the guy and making strides and they want to move on, then somebody will eat that last $100 million, in my opinion.
yeah, or they'll
A
pull
lot of money.
or they'll do what
It
they did
is,
with,
but
or
they'll
they'll-
restructure it to where they have to eat 80 or 75, and they'll do that, and somebody will still take Aaron
His
Rodgers
deal
at 40.
is basically handicapped. They're signing for like the next 4 years.
Unless you
That's-
trade it away like
and
that.
that's him
Yeah, but
being
they're
so-
still going to have to pay some of that contract.
Unless
That's him being selfish.
Unless you do that, and then you move over to Love for a year and give him he's on that last rookie 5th year he'd be on, and he'd have to prove it that year, and then that would choose the whole direction of the I could just see halfway through something happen,
Let's
him
be-
retiring or him going.
Right, but let's
going
be
somewhere
real
else.
here real quick. If Aaron Rodgers wasn't so selfish as a quarterback and wanting to be the highest paid quarterback and played more like a Tom Brady who took less money to have the players around him to win Super Bowls, we would have watched a hell of a lot more Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl matchups.
Yeah.
And that's just the honest truth about it.
I don't know.
When you got a quarterback that wants that much money, it's
That and
hard.
on top of that, Green Bay still wasn't, really selecting as well. Recently, they never
They
gave him
weren't.
any true weapons. You
no,
know what I mean?
but
Everything
they
kinda
could have
to
had
be-
if they would have had a little bit more money to play with. They probably would have went and tried to make a splash. in
They
free
get
agency.
people for him. Let's not, make mistakes about it. But I'm just saying they've never reached on a high-end guy.
right.
They never went over and just got the best receiver like when Moss went to Patriots or
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Tagged guys who got tagged basically.
We got Chris Godwin of the Bucks, Joku of the Browns, Devontae Adams of the Packers, as we all know, Orlando Brown of the Chiefs, Jesse Bates of the Bengals, Mike Gesicki of the Dolphins,
Yes.
Dalton Schultz of the Cowboys, and Cam Robinson of the Jags were all tagged.
Yep. Who made the most sense to?
Jesse Bates.
Yeah, well, because they're gonna work on another deal right now and get him extended.
Who made the
for
most
sure.
sense? I don't know. I think Cam Robinson made the most sense.
After that, I think it's Orlando Brown.
Yeah, I mean, Cam Robinson's up there one or two because think about it. You got that young rookie quarterback, and
Mine was the Adams because you can't let him hit free agency.
well,
so.
yeah.
And then to keep that team together from falling apart, you know what I mean? I think you have to pay Adams and Rodgers. I know we just got over it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
It
you
made a
got
lot
to.
of sense for me to do that.
I saw
And Joku was a little bit, head scratcher, but understandable at the same time.
I mean, word on
they
the-
must really value him there too.
Oh, dude, Giuseppe,
You know,
he was
they're gonna
probably
do
the
that.
sleeper
They
of that
want to
draft.
work on him and Schultz. They want to work on deals with those guys.
Yeah, I think all the
future, for
tight
sure.
ends that were tagged, it's just simply for the fact is that they want a little bit more time to work on a deal.
Mm-hmm.
They all have mutual understanding that they want to play there. If you guys do remember, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, Njoku was screaming for a trade, and now all of a sudden he's like committed to Cleveland. So
Yeah.
He almost had 800 yards last season. He was
He-
behind Waddle.
yeah,
Like, he's a good tight end. He's He plays in Miami, so you don't hear about
Look,
it.
just like in real life, Moose lost his bat.
I still think Orlando Brown is most important because he's protecting probably the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah,
yeah, that makes sense too.
it's definitely important to keep him for sure. He's definitely would be one of the ones to be easy to argue.
The head scratcher
That-
for me was
who made the least? Yeah, that's a
Well, my head scratch with the Orlando Brown is that I don't think he was going to leave anyways. I just think they tagged him just to be able to take that extra year.
Now I understand Godwin, but Godwin was the least to me. It made the least amount of
Yeah.
sense to me, but
Yeah, me too.
now it all makes sense.
Yep.
With Brady announcing he was coming back, yeah, it just makes sense now. Gronk's going to come back. They're going to reunite. Flip over to draft needs. We'll do 11 through 15 this week. Started off with the Washington Commanders.
Commanders.
You say it all monotone because I'm upset because
Washington Commanders.
Washington Commanders.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It just sounds like you're going to be angry playing there. Like, I'm going to play for the fucking Commanders.
Yeah, you're like the who? I don't know. That one's always going to bother me a little bit. They had QB, tight end, guard, safety, offensive tackle were some of the ones I had listed.
I don't really think they go QB now with the
I-
acquisition of Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I still said QB because I don't think anybody sold on Wentz.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It wouldn't surprise me if they went and tackle guard. Best available type.
Well, I mean, Wentz just allows them to ride out another year with a quarterback they don't have to draft because I'm still not in love with any quarterback in this draft.
Very true.
Yeah,
very true.
And throw
But
it
if
in.
Willis is there, maybe do you want to develop him for a year? I mean, man, that's
That's the one that I would probably.
an
go
intriguing. Yeah, it's intriguing right there for sure.
But then you ask yourself this question: what if Washington is sitting at 10 or 11 again next year, and maybe they can pick whoever's left between Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, or whoever else is coming out.
Yeah.
I just think this is a 1 year thing for Wentz in Washington. Unless he wins an MVP, it's a 1 year thing.
And if he
He
look,
can take them to the playoffs.
Yeah, he's a
and it's
bridge
still
quarterback
he's
now.
a bridge
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what
I
I'm
have him
saying.
Because that
going.
defense is phenomenal.
yeah.
It is, and I have
If he has
Madden
a-
to that
And if
defense.
he has a really good year, then it could buy him another year. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If everything's clicking there, a Tannenhill type situation.
And he's got a good running back. He's got a couple good receivers, a decent
Yep.
tight end. The O line would now need to work with Schreff leaving. But I still have them going defense here at 11. I haven't taken whoever's still on the board between Kyle Hamilton, Sauce Gardner, and Kobe Bryant.
I had Willis, but Minnesota Dave, quarterback, D tackle, edge, safety, linebacker. I flat out just put best available. There's a lot of holes there, and I think you got
to
to.
a corner or an edge rusher.
Yeah,
They just re-signed Cousins. They gave him an extension for 1 year.
I thought that too, because to me, when I think about them, I think about really good corner play and really good edge rushers, and they don't have a lot of them right now, and that's what Minnesota has always been pretty good at.
Yeah, I think Jermaine Johnson III or Traven Walker fits here for Minnesota. They've always been known to have at least one good DN, and with whatever's going on with Evan Griffin,
He's old.
well, besides the fact that he's old, but I mean, I know he had some other issues he was dealing with, but I mean, yeah, I think in order for Minnesota to stay relevant in the NFC North,
You got to get somebody to get after the quarterback.
you got Justin
another-
Fields and Goff or whoever else is going to be quarterback for Detroit.
Never worry about Detroit.
You got Aaron Rodgers for the next couple of years at least, so yeah, you got.
I still think they could go linebacker too with Lloyd or one of them guys up there.
Yeah, they could. They could
Bean or
also go
something like
whatever,
that.
whatever
You
good
never know.
offensive guard is there.
Barr and Kendricks are both starting to get up there in age.
That's true as well. Yeah,
I'm not even sure if they re-signed Barr.
Who's to say here? Oh, and Nick
yeah.
Vigil.
Nick Vigil, Everson
Vigil,
Griffin, and
yeah.
linebackers. Yeah,
He said Vigil. I got it wrong, and the guy played for the Bengals. I actually liked him.
Man.
So
Some
he
of
was
the
a good
needs that I
dude.
see on some of these other sites, they're saying they need wide receiver, but like, why do they've got 2 number 1 receivers?
I think they're all there. I think you're all right there for another year, and there's still a veteran or somebody that you can add to the mix a little bit in case you have injury or anything like that to move up. I don't think that's the biggest need. I think when you got Jefferson, I think you're straight no matter what.
I think you have to take an edge rusher or a corner.
And you're gonna have Smith back too, or Smith will be back. So
Yes, I'm excited.
that'll be key.
I was excited about that last year. Got messed up.
Yes. Great ball player. Flip over to Jeremy's team, Cleveland Browns. Dave's Vikings, followed by Jeremy's Browns. Browns, what D tackle, edge, wide receiver, corner, safety. I don't got it in any order. I think the Browns are in it depends type of situation. It depends how they play out this free agency.
Yeah,
on where it's going to dictate the draft pick.
It really does. As of now, I haven't taken Garrett Wilson. I've been kind of adamant about that.
For
I was
sure.
A little disappointed in Traylon Burks' combine, but hey, it is what it is. And now with the acquisition of Amari and the release of Landry, a receiver here, makes sense. But then again,
If you go get an Allen Robinson,
yeah.
or something
What
like
happens
that.
if you go get Allen Robinson? Now it changes. Do you go grab a D tackle? Do you go take an edge rusher here? What if Walker or Jermaine Johnson falls here, and you got
What
the
if
two
you
of
can
them
re-sign
and Wilson?
Clowney
I mean, yeah.
and you signed Allen Robinson? Then it leaves a D tackle and it leaves you the possibility, and don't have to be them, or it could be Goldman. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
Eddie Goldman just got released by the Bears a few days ago. If they sign him, then they have to draft an edge rusher. So I think if they fill out of those 3 needs, whatever 2 they don't address in free agency is going to be the other one they
True,
draft.
but here, let's just say Cleveland does address the receiver, the D tackle, and the edge. They get all 3. Now you're sitting here at 13, and I'm looking at best player available now.
They got the money to be able to do that, but I don't know if they want to do that. I don't know if they want to do that.
They may not want to do that, but what if you have a N'Kobe Dean or Devin Lloyd still sitting there?
That would
linebacker's
be, that
kind
would
of
be
another.
that would be fantastic. Then that's the best scenario. Either that or to have the luxury to trade back now into the 20s, take a second or a third or whatever you can get first next year, and then still have it for next year when maybe a few other guys move on in free agency, and you can plug in another
that's still
quality
another
player.
possibility. We all know Cleveland's not
Or
afraid
build the
to draft, to trade back and stack picks.
Who do you think they
I
get?
think they go for a receiver.
Yeah, but what
The
if
way that receivers are hitting right now nowadays, you had Chase last year, Justin Jefferson the year before that.
But if you
CD Lamb
got
last year,
Cooper and then they signed Allen Robinson, why would you need to?
I don't know.
You
why
could
you
go
sign
get
Allen Robinson after you get Amari Cooper. Why get older as a receiver when you can draft one?
Because you're not really older, because you
'Cause
still
those
got
guys
Donovan
are burners.
Peoples-Jones and Anthony Schwartz.
Mm-hmm.
You're
But-
gonna depend on Peoples-Jones to be your burner downfield consistently.
No, that's Schwartz. That's Schwartz. He's the fastest one on the team.
I know.
He's
Yeah,
You
but Schwartz
got a
isn't
chance
going to
to
get
take one of
real
these-
reps. Yeah, if you get a real number 1 outside guy, you got to take him. That's where Dave's saying that you just leave Robinson alone. Go after Goldman. Re-sign Clowney. Go after Goldman, and then draft Garrett
You,
Wilson.
in essence, replaced Jarvis Landry with a slightly faster Jarvis Landry and Amari Cooper. So I mean, he's not that much younger.
That's why I said they
They're
basically
the same
replaced-
receiver.
Yeah.
Jarvis didn't just wanted a fresh start.
Who's that?
Jarvis.
Is same as who?
Him and Amari Cooper are basically the same. Amari Cooper's just
No,
faster.
Amari Cooper plays on the outside though. That's way different. Jarvis
Yeah.
in the
I just
slot.
don't think he's that guy anymore.
No, I believe Amari Cooper is a 2, but I believe that if you draft a receiver at this position, then you can bring Garrett Wilson in at the 2, like he played a lot in college. My only knock, but I think he's more than capable of being a 1. It was OSU was more stacked than anything, but then you can transition Cooper to 2 and Wilson to 1 over the next year or so,
Yep.
as if they can coexist together like that, or basically you
just think
treat
you
your
need a
2
big
like a
play guy.
1. Maybe Wilson's just going to be really good at taking advantage of 2s for his whole career.
yeah.
If you let him go on the second,
What if you take Olave there,
I don't think so.
or anybody that's?
I mean, if
wasn't
Wilson's
that top
gone to the Commanders or something like that, or somebody comes up and snags him, then possibly. But I don't think you go get Olave there.
I just think there's a lot. There's some good receivers.
Jeremy
in this
doesn't
draft.
like Drake London. I still think he's really good, but if you already got Cooper, I wouldn't go for 2 slower guys. I would want
Yeah.
a speed guy there. So give me Wilson, Give me
Olave, give me Jahan Dotson, give
Give
me
me
a Calvin Austin in the later
Williams. Jameson
Yeah,
Williams.
Jameson
even.
Williams.
Even if you reached up and got him, and you
How
could
about
be
a
upset.
Christian
but
Watson
you're getting
late
that speed.
from North Dakota State. That 6'4" dude.
Second rounder.
That's what, yeah.
Second
cool.
rounder.
Take him in the second round because
Yeah.
we're going to take best available at 13.
I know, but I think he's still more similar to that outside big guy. When I just think, man, they just need speed right now.
They do.
Honestly. It's speed,
They
man.
could hone
Speed off
Schwartz
the
in.
edge.
Schwartz will get some reps this year finally.
I just think you don't get older at receiver.
Yeah, but even if you do
You're
have
gonna
Robinson,
move on from
you
Jarvis
can have
Landry.
Schwartz
Yeah,
play slot.
It makes sense. It makes more
Don't
sense.
sign Allen Robinson to a big year because he's not going to be cheap.
All right. Well, we got Baltimore at 4. Yeah.
Team I hate the most.
Offensive tackle, cornerback, D tackle, guard. I don't care. That's what I'd put behind it, but I have to. I'm going to give it analysis
Good
or
thing you got
whatever,
one
be
biased
analyst
guy
about
for the
it.
AFC North.
Yeah, it's like, geez, man. You got what?
At least you got one unbiased guy for the AFC North.
Just because I would never hate on a franchise, I'm not that guy. I'm just gonna always give them a hard time, though. Their fans annoy me on Twitter constantly. They think they're going 2-0 against the Bengals next year, and I mean they have a good team. There's definitely opportunity for it to happen because you never know, and it's football. But I think Cincy's going to be just fine, so we're not scared. That's all I know. Baltimore, if they're smart, man, they need a shutdown corner. If you ask me, they need a corner. They need a corner. If they, I'm gonna say what I don't want to say. They always draft well. They always get the right guys. Where's he at? Where's the corner from LSU? I don't want to say his name wrong. Stingley. I didn't want to say it. Stingley. Stingley, I think if he falls there, yep.
Stingley.
See, yeah.
Yeah, CBS hasn't taken Stingley because CBS also has.
Yeah, that's the worst scenario for the rest of us in the division.
I don't
honestly,
necessarily think they need a corner. It'd be huge for them to get another corner.
they're gonna get smoked. They're gonna get Wilson. We're going to end up having Chase and all them back. We smoked them. We owned them. We threw 950 yards on them, Dave.
But I think there's also an issue with their pass rush not getting to the quarterback.
Well, what are they in there? They got D tackle out there, but not D end on there.
Edge rusher, too. Well, the ones that I was looking at, they all said edge rusher. If you can get somebody to get to the quarterback, that helps your corners.
Well, I just think both. Yeah, but both are.
They got Peters. They got Peters coming back and Marlon Humphrey, so I could see that. But man, I don't know.
If the best available is a corner there.
If you can get that, if you can get Stingley there, I think you take him. But other than that, then yeah, you might be right. They might get a Jordan Davis or something. And
I got him going O-line here.
Did you?
I mean, Villanueva retired. I mean,
yeah,
you got Zeeler's a little old.
But who's available near that?
Tyler Linderbaum, bro.
Oh yeah, you know how I feel about him. Or you guys might not. Some other people know.
This one here has Tyler Linderbaum.
Linderbaum's undersized. He got shorter arms.
Well, guess what? Trevor Penning might. Trevor Penning could fall there.
That guy, I'd rather take a big. I'd rather take a flyer on that guy and give the chance, the opportunity of that. Flip over to Philadelphia at 15 with the final one.
Yeah.
Cornerback, linebacker, safety, tight end, wide receiver. Who you guys got going there? They got Devontae Smith last year.
You know what? I got him either going linebacker or receiver here. And Devin Lloyd and Nakobe Dean, whoever's there.
Mm-hmm.
Traylon Burks, Drake London, Olave, whoever's there.
They got Olave on this mock, but I don't think they go wide receiver.
And then they got Nakobe at 15 on that one with Ojabo right behind him.
So they're gonna address a little bit of everything. So this could just be there's a 3 out of 5 guys.
Yeah, they got 15, 16, 19, bro.
Yes. Well, this is
in the spots that you need.
Yeah, because look, I mean, even in this mock, the 19th has them going another defender.
Yeah.
If you have a need at corner,
this one over here has them going receiver,
corner, linebacker, receiver, edge. Yeah, linebacker, corner
positions that's there.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll have a list and they'll have their best available down, and they'll circle them and this and that, and they'll
set
have
up
it all
this year
set up
for first round picks. I mean, they got the 15th and the 16th back to back, plus they got the 19th.
And that's really going to depend on if they get one of these receivers too. Free agency.
All right, flip it over to draft profiles, offensive tackles. We're going to go with Evan Neal to start off. I'll throw some things in. I'm not going to say everything because I don't want to kill everybody's vibe because it's all somewhat similar. It feels like with some of these scouting reports.
It's hard to
Closer ceiling now, moves well, explosive run blocker. You know, the con was his recovery, his second level blocking. He's more ready than Akeem right now, but he doesn't have a higher ceiling, and that's how I'll say what I'll say about him. But he is a surefire guy. You know, you're going to draft high. There's a lot of things impressive about Evan Neal. You know, he's got great bend.
Yeah,
Stays parallel on a lot of his blocking and stuff.
Big guy.
He's a Bama guy. I mean, come on.
Bama. Yeah,
We don't
6'7",
go against
350.
that. That's like going against law.
Dude, he played left guard as a freshman, bro.
Yeah.
Evan Neal did. He's also played right guard and right tackle. Still can play anywhere on that offensive line besides center.
Yeah, and that's what people got to, you know, Alabama
Very
guys tend to
versatile.
be
Yeah, very
flexible.
versatile. He's got good balance.
What do you have? Anything on him, Dave? Or pretty much everything? Yeah, I
it's
mean,
hard with O tackles because it's basically they all have the same strengths if they're up there listed.
Yeah, they are.
The cons are a little different, but
I mean,
big
they
dude
said
that's
one of
strong with long arms.
one of Evan Neal's weaknesses is his technique on pass protection. They said technique, not his pass protection. So it just tells me maybe his hands ain't always being in the right spot.
well, I mean, I don't know. I saw good technique on him. Now, I saw better technique, I thought, than Akeem, but not better than Charles Cross.
Yeah.
I think that's how I felt with them. I think Penning was just like, you know, there's a lot of difference in him. We'll get to it in a second. Akeem, I mean, more raw than Neal. Could have the most potential of anybody in the draft. Akeem, what is it? Ekwonu?
Equinu,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Akeem Ekwonu.
Ekwonu.
Ekwonu. I
Something like that.
I
Dude,
think it's Equinu.
yeah, he's very explosive. He's like a Punisher. He's like a Quentin Nelson at like tackle. Just, you know, likes to finish things and impress you almost like an entertainment level. It's
Yeah,
very
his
entertaining.
aggressiveness also gets him in trouble though, because sometimes
Yeah.
he's too aggressive.
Yeah, he's got good feet, good footwork. You know what I'm saying? Why he's moving guys? It's just, man, he looks to punish.
Yeah, he's definitely a punishing tackle.
Needs to be coached up though. Definitely is raw, a lot rawer. Has the higher ceiling, but definitely, you know, if he isn't coached up right, and if he could dud out. You know,
Yeah,
so he's
could.
one of those guys that.
Say he's very smart too. Say
I
he
think he's going to get drafted and go to guard.
You think?
He's only 6'4".
No, I think he stays a tackle, man.
Nah, he looked good, man. His film was really good, in my
he's
opinion.
got good
How you
mobility.
feeling over there?
He's an
Art?
elite run blocker. I mean, not only that, you know, I heard when I was reading up on him a little bit, you know, he was offered by Harvard too. Harvard offered him a scholarship. He actually got his
Well,
twin
that
brother.
sometimes can be a con, you know, because
Yeah.
these guys will retire early or this or that.
Yeah, they said he's got a good football IQ. He also has a twin brother that plays football for Notre Dame.
Equinu.
I just think that
Yeah,
if you've
Probably
already
the
got,
linebacker. I think we got a linebacker.
could be. Yeah, that's his twin
if
brother.
you've already got an offensive tackle
Twin?
that's 2 or 3
Yeah,
years in
says
the
this
league,
is his twin brother.
Wow, why didn't we offer him? That bothers me. That's bye Brian Kelly. That bothers me.
I just
Yeah, Brian
if you've
Kelly
already
worked
got
on that when you got one of the brothers, but you couldn't land them both.
If you've already
Man,
got a solid tackle that's only like 3 or 4 years in the league, why not take a chance on a dude that should be a superstar left tackle and put him at your guard or put him at right?
if that's the case, then
Okay.
take Evan Neal because Evan Neal can play the other 3 positions.
What about Charles Cross? Very good technique, good balance, needs better hands, doesn't use his hands, needs to get better at bull rush, just gets bullied at times from
He
some
does.
of the things I
He
said.
does get bullied.
I'm gonna go with some of the guys that I've seen on the film on here, and what they said is Cross is a very good pick. He does have some good potential to him, but they don't feel he's in the same class as Akeem or Evan.
No.
They feel like it's another notch down. I mean, and they got him basically only a pick or 2 behind these guys, and it's not, you know, foreign to see a guy like that, like the Andrew Thomas situation, where nobody thinks he's going before the
Yeah.
other 2, and then jump right in front of them. So I mean, he's got good knee bend, opens his hips a bit too much on the 3rd step. If you know anything about offensive linemen, especially on the edge, it's the 1, the 2, and the 3. When you're on that 3rd step, that's when you're getting usually, you know, the other guys, that's where they beat you on the edge. And if your hips are open in your other foot and you ain't planted, you ain't ready, then that's where you get blown up at the next level. He is a
especially in
super athlete though, But he's got to get better. You know why he's been able to not be as good on his third step? Because his recovery and his athleticism is so good.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
been able to cheat, kind of.
He
That's
really
not
has.
going to work in the league.
No, it's not.
He's gonna.
He's a pure left tackle.
He's gonna have to improve that technique. It's good. It is very good technique, but it's not where it needs to be all the way. He's the one that might need him. I don't know if it's him or Akeem that needs the coach the most.
Cross, in my opinion.
Yeah. You guys got anything else on him?
I mean, they did say one of his weaknesses that he had very limited snaps at run blocking because Mississippi State is basically an air raid school. So, yeah, they said that was one of his main weaknesses was just simple fact that they don't have enough tape on him run blocking.
Yeah. Trevor Penning. That was a big boy. He's a big boy,
my
man.
favorite.
Man.
Yes. I put down here mixed bag. He had bad penalties. He missed blocks.
Oh, yeah.
Some protections and stuff he just, whiff on. But man, he just was a run mauler, and he's just a guy that just needs to be consistent. Some see him as the third tackle, the best on there. The third best in the whole draft. Some see him jumping one of the other two possibly, and like I was saying, Andrew Thomas type of thing, because he is your prototypical guy. He has range. He's less consistent than Equinu, though, and that's what makes him real raw, really, really raw about it. He blocks too high at times.
I was going to say that.
And like the other guys, he needs coached up, and that's just the thing. Evan Neal, Alabama, and that's where, to me, that's why he's, in my opinion, probably the first guy off the board for the teams that want a guy that can contribute right away from day one with a less of a learning curve.
Evan Neal's a guy.
If you're going for Equinu or Cross or Penning, then you're going for guys that could have better careers and have better ceilings. And you're kind of building for, a year or two. If you have a real young quarterback, and you're down there drafting like that, then you might want to get the younger guy and, it's maybe a project as long with the QB. I don't know how, it just depends on how you like to GM things. How do you feel about Penning?
He doesn't bend well.
Yeah.
He's got a strong anchor. Like, he's just strong.
Oh, yeah. His second level, he'd get lost sometimes. But, man, when he did catch him, he's one of them dudes like the Equinu. He looks fun, like he has fun with it. Boom.
One knock I have on him is that he bends at the waist.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it? It usually gets him on his butt.
That, and we all know how I am about the guys that play at the smaller schools.
Yeah, that was another knock.
I'm always,
I
know they surface everywhere, but I'm always a dick about it. I just am, because
few and far between is what it is.
It's just because of better reps. Dude. It's just better reps, all what you're getting all through college. It's not that I'm knocking a kid, and it's hard to, categorize him right there because he went against some lesser guys.
My biggest knock on him is his redirection.
Yeah.
Like, if they get him going one way and he has to come back the other, he gets a little, but he's 6'7". Like,
almost 330,
yeah.
320, 330 maybe, a few cheeseburgers away. I mean, dude, that's a big man. All right, we'll flip over to NCAA football. Got some spring practice updates. I said there really ain't nothing, going on. It's just starting right now. It's all in the beginning of it. You're going to start hearing more about it here over the next week or so. And then I think me and Jeremy, I don't know who's going to join us, but I think we're making a trip to Columbus and South Bend to go see them spring games for the Midwest. Yeah. We'll see the Michigan ones a week earlier. I've never been to Ann Arbor. I'd love to go up there and see it too. I'm all about that.
You said what? It's the 2nd?
Yeah, right here with the dates I have right here. April 2nd is Michigan, and then there was like 2 other schools. April 9th I had Purdue, Kentucky, BC, Cincinnati, Clemson, Auburn, Florida State, Stanford, North Carolina, Nebraska, and A&M. All notables on April 9th. April 16th I had the U, OSU, Bama, Virginia Tech, South Carolina, Georgia, Michigan State, Mississippi State. Those guys were on the 16th, and that's, I believe, when we'll be in Columbus. On the 23rd, we'll be in South Bend. They're having something going on in Oxford, Mississippi, Ole Miss, West Virginia, Penn State, Baylor, Oklahoma, LSU, Texas, Iowa, Utah are some good notables. For that one. There's not really much going on in NCAA right now. It's pretty much it just seems like a dead period. It isn't really necessarily, but it just seems like, there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
There's hardly any commits. There are, commits that are, circling around and going to some of these spring games. So maybe we'll get some commitments out of that, though, here in the next few weeks after these spring games. Some things will
the only really news I heard few players from Ohio State changed numbers, and some of the incoming freshmen picked theirs. So
yeah, oh yeah, that's
but
all
yeah, that's
happening
about all
for the
the really-
spring. The ones
yeah.
that early enroll, they're getting issued numbers and stuff for sure. It's probably cool for them.
I do know CJ
some of
Hicks
them,
is going to 11 now. So
some of them, yeah, but some of them will have 11 and then flip to 1 in 2 years when it comes available or something. You know how it goes, and that kids love them single digits. Flip right over to NCAA basketball. Conference champions, notable ones for the big schools. I'm sorry I don't mention the little guys. I'm sure we'll have another one, and we'll see how they do in the tournament. But the big guys, Iowa, Tennessee, Arkansas, Kansas, Villanova, Virginia Tech was the nice one. Virginia Tech beat Notre Dame, North Carolina, and Duke 3 days in a row. That's pretty impressive.
man, yeah.
I like it. They got some good bigs on there. They got some guards that remind me of guys that are going to coach in 10 years. Was she walking in front of it? You can't see it in there. She's a trip. She's so low, my dog. She's a trip, guys. Picks for your Final Four. You guys see the bracket yet? It came out last night.
Go right here.
I put the Zags, Purdue, Auburn, and Arizona. That's who I picked in my 4. You guys pick any of them?
I mean,
no,
I'm
you
still
didn't really
gonna
look at it.
You picked the same ones that I did.
Did he?
Hey, I'll
See,
just pick 4.
We're definitely not getting it right now.
I mean, here,
We know
I'm
that
just
There's a
we're
looking
couple
to
of
pick 4
sleeper
real
teams that
quick.
you could pick. I mean, like Villanovas and
I'm gonna put Kansas in there as one of the Final Four teams.
I had an Illinois-Houston game being teams that one of those teams could beat Arizona possibly and go from there on and being a big-time sleeper type team, being like a good 4 or 5 seed that makes it. Duke was a 2, Kansas, Baylor, both were 1s. Iowa ended up in a 5. Virginia Tech was 11. Notre Dame was 11. OSU 7. Michigan 11. We just had okay teams this year. There's a lot of mediocre basketball, not a lot of, parity or a bunch of guys that are just seem so much better. It seems like in years past, we'd have that team. We were like, they're just... I don't feel like we have that this year, and if somebody's doing it, it's like Gonzaga and nobody pays attention till tournament time because of their conference.
Yeah, but Gonzaga's been such a home name now that you can't really...
I mean, who got screwed over? Purdue at a number 2. That's always going to bother me. I'm the Purdue guy here. I don't know why. I just like them this year, like their team makeup. I thought Tennessee got robbed. Villanova got a 2, and Tennessee won the SEC tournament. And basically had the same record. So you're valuing the what? What's that? The Big East? Is that what Villanova's in? The new
Kentucky still got a number 2.
Yeah. Richmond upset Dayton. I saw that. That upset me. I'm like, man, I wanted Dayton to get in.
It's always nice to have them local Ohio teams in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's been a few years we've had 2 or 3 in. We got Dayton, Ohio State. It's nice then. We'll see. Like I said, this weekend I think is when the tourney starts. It'll be fun.
Playing games start tomorrow.
Yep, either tomorrow or in the next few days they'll do that, and then it should be fun. It's always March Madness is always great. I'm not as big on basketball as I am on football.
Yeah, definitely.
But at the same time, March Madness is a great time of year.
Even if you don't watch for a whole, even if you're not a college basketball fan, you watch March Madness.
Yes.
I watched the Rutgers and Iowa game the other day, at least the end of it, and it was insane.
Yes. It's just it's good a basket. It's too good a basketball. There's a lot of good teams playing together, and there's a lot of good competition. A lot of parity in it right now, so it definitely is fun. Swing over to the NBA. Will Simmons ever play?
Sooner or later.
I don't think he plays this year. I don't even really follow the NBA or anything like that, but I know the whole Simmons deal.
How is he not in basketball shape? How is he not just in the training room? He knew he was going to play somewhere sooner or later. How do you not stay in basketball shape when you're not injured? Because he wasn't injured. If you're injured, I understand not being able to stay in basketball shape.
Well, it's more about his mental health, and anybody that knows that, I'm very sensitive to that subject, and I agree with it. That we should definitely take care of our mental health. On the other aspect, I'm not saying that athletes are too rich to have it or something like that. Is what I am saying is that they have the best resources.
They do.
By having that money to be able to seek that help and all that. So the fact that he's not getting through is worrisome. That he's not getting through this right now. It shouldn't be that hard.
They're saying he's not even ready for 1-on-1s, let alone 3s and 5s.
something's going on there.
There's
Bad.
something that's blocking him from even going full speed by himself.
I mean, you know, and I don't get
something's
that.
bad then on that.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
Because it's
I hope he takes care of it because, you know, we like I said, we're real sensitive to that.
Yes.
We don't ever, you know, want somebody doing something they don't want to or this and that. I'm wondering if he's losing the fire or just what's going on there. He's too good of a player.
Yeah, I mean, why hasn't the league stepped in? I mean, because we know with more and more players coming out talking about their mental health, the league has been stepping up with mental health.
Yeah.
So why has the NBA not stepped in to see what's going on?
I mean, maybe they have, and maybe it's closed and it's behind closed doors, and I believe he is getting help right now. I'm just, you know, I'm wondering, you know, where's the progress and how bad was this? I mean, are you like I said, is the flame dying out? I mean, are you losing love of the game or something? Like, what's going on, man? Because
is he mad that he got traded to Brooklyn?
You got it. He's got it all. He really does have it all in life right now. He just has to find himself and be comfortable with himself and just be himself on the court and screw. Everybody's always got to criticize. Oh, he can't shoot or he can't do. Man, you ain't Ben Simmons, bro. I probably tell you that. Most of the people criticize him will get dogged by Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
So,
they said something about his back tightened up.
Maybe that's it. I hope it because
they did say they used to say mental health, but if he tried to maybe ramp up his training to get back in shape,
if you could get over this, if they could get past this Kyrie thing, what are they? He had to buy a ticket or something.
Oh, dude, see, let's make this make sense real quick. So Kyrie Irving cannot play in the state of New York. Cannot play the game of basketball because he's not vaccinated, but he can spend money out of his own pocket for a ticket to watch the Nets and the Knicks play in New York, maskless, and walk around. How does that make any type of sense?
They're supposed to be lifting the mask mandate in New York, so that means the NBA's stuff will change too.
Oh
no, the NBA. It was never the NBA's law. It was New York's law. NBA is just following the state law. Yeah, they're just following the state law.
That's what I'm saying. So you're going to get Kyrie back. If you get Simmons back, and he doesn't have to be the savior. Kyrie and Durant are going to carry that. Simmons can be your Iguodala or your guy that you don't really have to think about, but can still change a game for you, especially defensively, rebounding, taking it to the rack. Yeah, Simmons got to step that on up, brother. I love you. I hope you get well and take care of yourself. But
which is really going to hurt the Nets' chance of even trying to compete in the East. I mean, I know they got KD, I know they got Kyrie, but
yeah, Celtics out the East. I put question mark. Like, man, you never know. I wouldn't bet on it. But, man, they're playing good right now. You got Tatum. He's over there. That boy is nice.
I don't think they have the firepower to compete with the upper teams.
Yes, with the Miami, the Bucks.
Would have to play out of body.
Yeah. But, I mean, don't put it past them to get past at least one or upset one of those teams in a series.
They'll make some noise in the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to beat the Bucks or the Sixers.
I said Cavs, Allen hurt, man. We got LeVert out, Sexton out. Marketing out. I mean, dude, I think we're in trouble. That's what I put. I think Cavs are in trouble.
I still think you guys will make the playoffs.
Young team, trying
7-8 or get in the play.
Trying to overcome some adversity right now. You know,
if we were healthy, I mean, dude, they're
you guys. The Cavs were
their GM. He deserves some credit. Kobe Altman has still done a nice job. He's transitioned from LeBron better than I think anybody has. From losing to LeBron and doing that, I mean,
I don't know. You got Pat Riley and Spoelstra down
well,
Miami.
I get it, but I kind of expect them to do that.
Yeah,
because Pat Riley, I expect nothing less. But I think the Cavs have done it, pretty decent themselves.
Yes, they have.
For being in Cleveland, you can't get a free agent like you can Pat Riley down in Miami. You have to draft and develop.
Yeah, and they've done a good job of it.
I think you guys lucked out with Evan Mobley, though, man, because that dude is just switching over to play.
Garland's hitting another level now, too. Since All-Star break, he's averaging like 28 and 11 or something.
I'm saying you guys
nasty.
You guys just have to hope that LeVert and Allen and them come back by the playoffs, and I think you guys will be straight. You guys will sneak in there as an 8, make some noise. Maybe a 7 or 6.
Yep. LeBron, is he done, is what I put, and should he shut it down, and then he puts 50 points up back-to-back games the next 2 days when I write this down for us to do. So it's like, how much does this dude
and didn't he just
have left in the tank?
Something? Where did it say? I just seen it on here.
250-point back-to-backs at 37. I know it was against some kind of bumming, but I don't care. It's still the league. You're still a dog.
Dudes that are 23 and 24 that can't even sniff 30, and that dude's putting up.
This dude will put up a 50, and still when he really wants it, and that's where I put on here. How much is left in the tank? Can he go 82 from now on? From the seasons from now on, is he gonna have to play 50? to give us, a prime type of LeBron, only play 50, 40 games and then make it to playoffs and then run that?
I honestly see that he should be done with LA after the season. Just
I mean, right here, dude, it just
But
said
to
he
be
became
honest-
the first player,
The 30.
he's the first
30,
player,
10, and 10 club.
He's the first player in NBA history to get 10,000 in each of those categories.
Yeah, 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists. First player.
Like, I
Okay.
know he's not Jordan. Jordan was winning, but like you have to respect LeBron's greatness. Like I don't care who you are.
Yeah, it's hard. He's not Jordan to me. But he has a different type of career, and he's definitely got a lot of things to brag about. And when people say he's the best, I mean it's their opinion.
I definitely respect his game more than I respect his
I mean,
person.
if you look at some
Yes.
of the teams that he took to those finals, though,
Yeah.
the first stint in Cleveland, like that team was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And even that one in the newer Cleveland when Kyrie and Caleb were both hurt, like that team was not good,
Mhm.
and they still competed for the titles.
Yeah.
Like the
My only-
carried teams.
Yeah, but my biggest issue with LeBron has always been his quitting mentality.
Yeah.
That's just,
I get it, but LeBron's always been diva like that. They kind of set him up.
I get
It's
it,
been
but
a,
still,
it's baby-fied league right now. He's changed so much about it. I get it, but I think he can go hard still for another 3 years. I do. I just think it has to be managed, like you said.
I think he needs to go to a team that is pretty much established. Like I know he wants to play with Bronny, but he could go somewhere next year and play for a 1-year contract with
Cleveland.
a Cleveland-like team or a Charlotte.
They say they don't want nothing to do. I say
I think
BS.
they're lying. He could come back and play half the games
Yeah.
there or half the minutes there because they're already good.
And
he
him
can
and
come back
Osman are like this too. So I'm telling you, Osman would be like, yeah, I'll share that, and so will Okoro, and those guys will share those minutes with LeBron all through the season,
Like, he
knowing
could
that
take
they
a
get
serious-
vintage LeBron.
take a serious minutes cut in Cleveland with
Mhm.
some heavy load management. Like, could you imagine that team in the playoffs and LeBron's just like, all right, 40 minutes a game, let's go.
There's a few
Just
people
out of
like
nowhere.
that could add him and
But I
get
mean, you
real
could go to a
scary.
Charlotte team,
Yeah.
or Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, let him play, 15, 20 minutes a game?
Even, I mean,
That way
just
he's-
let him play like second and fourth quarters.
Yep. Yeah, he's just gonna pad his stats. Now, the only thing that might bother LeBron about doing that versus just playing 40 games is points per game.
But even if you do 40 games as opposed to cutting minutes per game,
Yeah.
like you're still by the time the playoffs come around, like LeBron could take 2 weeks off. Say the Cavs are in the 1 seed with him on it. It's like I'm gonna take 2 weeks off to get healthy and get right, and they're still in the 1 to 3 seed area. Like,
Yeah.
that team is dangerous.
Flip to them free agents, Jeremy. Anything else pop off? Anybody got a list of them free
I
agents?
literally been keeping.
I was looking right here.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm
And
trying
just
to
saying
refresh.
just to list it off because it's just happening right now while we're doing our show. All these guys are signing to new teams right now.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody yet. new.
Who do the Bengals get? My boys got Alex Kappa and Ted Karras. Oh yeah, Jesse Bates got the franchise tag, and we re-signed B.J. Hill. Thank you, and please keep pushing because if you don't, then everybody else is getting better. We have to get better.
All I'm saying
got
is this
to
wide
keep
receiver market's
the foot on the pedal. Yep, the Browns got Cooper
Yep, traded for Cooper.
a few days ago. That was a nice one right there. I know we're circling back to the NFL, but that's just because, like I said, we love football.
Christian
Man.
Kirk's deal is reportedly 4 years, $84 million. Like the
Woo.
Jaguars just
They
broke the
just
receiver
paid him.
market.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't believe. I always liked Kirk. I didn't like him like that.
Devontae Adams is going to break a city.
Yeah. That's funny.
Wow. There's something right there for you.
Yep. Deshaun Watson to Cleveland,
Cleveland is
dead all the
dead.
way.
Was never really alive, according to Albright NFL.
Jarvis Landry released. Who else Who else signed today?
Christian Kirksey.
Agba went to re-signed with the Dolphins. Just start
Christian
naming them
Kirksey-
off.
Christian Kirksey re-signed with the Texans.
Did he? Yeah.
Yep. Let's.
Who's the other hot ones going down right now? Who'd you say? Juju to the Chiefs?
They're saying Juju to the Chiefs.
They're saying
Some of
Juju to
these-
the Chiefs right
Some
now.
of these reports aren't close to real, but I mean,
So while we're on the free
Packers
agents,
just re-signed Devondre Campbell for 5 years.
that's good for them, and that's
That's a
another
big deal
Hey,
right
that's
there,
why,
what we were
and that's
talking
another
about.
reason Smith got let go. And that's another
Yeah.
reason why Zadarius
For
him
sure.
and Gary.
Yeah.
But what I really want to talk about is Trubisky signing with the Steelers. Man,
Yeah.
come on now. Really?
Yeah. Well, you know, what was that thing you said earlier, Dave? If you combine Haskins, Trubisky, Rudolph.
Into a super QB, you still get a shitty QB.
But which quarterback's now out in Pittsburgh, though? Between Rudolph and Haskins.
Probably Haskins, and then I think Rudolph stays as a backup or he gets mad and dips. But I don't know. I think they could both be gone soon.
I almost see, like you said, Rudolph getting upset and wanting now out.
Now
and Haskins is just going to be like, hey, I'm cool to be a backup.
Yeah, just take up some backup money and, you know, just wait for Trubisky to fuck up.
I think that
Pretty much.
Rudolph is the odd man out because I
Do
feel
you?
like
That might, yeah.
he was like
that could be
he was
it.
the heir to that QB right there. He, like Ben's retires, like, oh, it's my time. I'm like, no, we're gonna sign Mitch Trubisky, and he's just like, nah, bro, I'm cool.
So how about this Khalil Mack trade, guys, to the
Yeah,
Chargers?
Khalil Mack was a big one. I saw Max Crosby re-sign.
That's good for Max Crosby.
Yep. Khalil Mack, dude, I don't know, for a second to sixth. And then who did they just sign? Who do they tentatively agree with? Isn't it a corner or something?
Yeah, the Chargers almost
So
agree
if
with
they,
you.
yeah,
Man.
so not yet. This is all tentative. You know he's going to test out a few other teams, see if they'll jump him. But man,
But
the Chargers get him after re-signing
Mike Williams and Khalil Mack. Yeah.
And the
yeah.
Panthers
Luxury
released
picks
AJ
they
Bouye
get.
earlier.
Who?
AJ Bouye.
Yeah.
And
got
then right
released.
now, what? Watson to the Panthers is the things right now.
That's the last thing I've read, but nothing's
Well, we'll see.
final yet
Nothing's
because
final,
I also
but-
saw that.
3 firsts and 2 seconds. We'll talk about this next show. That is a lot.
Well, they're
That's
also
a lot.
saying that the Raiders are interested in sending Carr to Cleveland, or the Browns are interested in trading for Carr.
Ooh. Ooh. Carr's a good quarterback.
Hey, tell my buddy Josh out there, sorry for all the rumors. I know you're a Raiders fan, but I'm going to tell you now.
I'm gonna take your quarterback if I
That's
can.
damn straight.
Ah, you damn
Damn
motherfucker.
straight. If the Raiders are going to offer Carr, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I've always liked Carr. Good leader.
Yeah. Good person.
I think
Good quarterback.
I'd take him in exchange for Baker, most definitely.
Or I'd
Yeah,
release
saying
Baker.
Devontae Adams is also requesting a trade to the Raiders to play with Carr.
Yeah, they don't know. There's so many things that's just
Yeah.
waiting to
This
be
is
said
just
right
so
now.
fun. It's like Christmas.
Dude, it-
Yeah,
It-
it really is.
It is. There ain't really a whole lot. I mean, the Falcons doing some due diligence and re-signing with one of their own.
Yeah.
Jake
I saw
Matthews.
a
They
post
drafted
from
him.
A Falcons fan earlier. It's like, it's awesome being a Falcons fan because we suck and we also never have any money to sign anybody. So
Ertz re-signing with the Cardinals on a
Yep.
3-year deal.
Ryan Jensen re-signed with the Bucks. I saw
Yep,
that.
James Conner re-signed with the Cardinals. So while we're sitting here talking about the Bucks, who tagged Godwin and got Ryan Jensen to re-sign, Tom Brady,
Yeah, that's what we said.
40
He's back.
days, huh?
Gronk will be back too.
40 days was all your
talking about.
retirement lasted, huh?
Man, he didn't really want to. I think he felt pressured to and to try to move on. And then he just, he thought about it a few weeks later and was like, nah, bro, I got one more left at least. Like, let's run this back.
I did
again.
see, let me see if it's over here in
the
my...
post here says that the Steelers are going to sign Ray Finkel.
Ray Finkel, all right. I had something, I think I may have liked it
Yeah.
yesterday. Oh, maybe not. Was
He said
talking.
maybe not.
Here's your
Maybe this
Christian
isn't
Kirk
where I
awesome
had seen
stat.
it. Something about
You know
Tom
what?
Brady.
Oh, hold up. It's Christian
The
Kirk.
Christian Kirk awesome stat is a guy without a 1,000-yard season that averages 14 easy years, now the third highest paid wide receiver.
Dude, that's why I said this is bonkers to me. I don't know who's down there.
Slot man gets paid.
And then they probably overpaid for Serif, which is a really good signing, but they probably overpaid for him. I mean, I'm not saying that the Bengals don't too. Sometimes you got to do that get people. So,
Broncos reportedly signing Bobby Wagner.
Who?
Bobby Wagner.
they just took everything from
Who
Seattle.
signed
That makes it an even trade now,
Broncos?
maybe.
Oh, man.
You end up with Wagner and
Okay.
Russ for those picks. It's
So
probably
now,
a good deal now.
So now here's the question: if Bobby Wagner is
Woo!
going to, what'd you
Denver
just
gonna
say?
Denver gonna be stacking over there.
So they did sign Bobby Wagner, huh?
They're saying. It's
So if
rumored
Bobby
that-
Wagner's going to Denver, does that mean that Von Miller's now out? Because I don't think you can afford both Wagner and Miller.
I would try to.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would
For
too.
this year,
Yeah,
I would.
but that, Bobby Wagner going to Denver is probably Russ be like, hey, Bobby, come
Yeah.
help me out.
Yeah.
Hey,
it might
and
be.
you know, if it is, it is. Let's go here and see.
Yeah, there ain't too much else going on, man. It's going to be so much. I know what was the one we saw. Hassan Reddick got the 3-year deal to the Eagles. James Conner got extended.
Chase Edmonds to the Dolphins.
Yep.
That's a good. Yeah, I mean,
we will definitely have more. We'll probably be back here in a few days. It won't be as long as last time due to all this madness going on. Hopefully, things will get shuffled out, and we got a lot to talk about on the next show. Thank you guys. Have a good day.
See ya.
Peace.
Peace.